Hey guys, what's going on? This is Derek. Welcome to episode 13 of my Facebook Live challenge where I'm trying to go live every day for the next 30 days. We're almost halfway through it, and in case you haven't tuned in yet, we're actually on vacation right now with my family. And so I just got done tucking all the girls into bed. They're all going to sleep right now. And I told you I was going to go to a bookstore today and do a live from there. And I had every intention of doing that. In fact, I even went and I even spent hundreds of dollars there because we bought every book they had, basically. But there was like a ton of people there. There's a ton of people there. And it was crazy because with so many people there, it was really quiet. Whoa, apparently my lights turn off automatically. That's neat. There we go. Awesome. Battery test complete. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying is I was going to go live, but I totally chickened out. I had the camera and everything, but I just couldn't bring myself to be that guy yammering onto a camera when everybody else was in there all quietly enjoying all of those awesome books. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to show you the couple books that I ended up with. I had a stack of books, but I put some of them back. My kids got books. My wife got books. We got magazines. It was a haul. We did really good. So that's one thing I can't stress enough to those of you who are wanting to be a graphic designer, or honestly, any career you ever do in your life, anything you do, be a continual student. And I probably don't need to say that to any of you, because if you're watching this, that means you're one of my graphic design students and you've purchased the graphic design bootcamp course on Udemy or one of my other courses. So you're somebody who already sees the value in continued education, but don't lose that. It was funny because I was thinking about that for myself. Like, I still spend a lot of money on my own education. I'm into my 30s now, well out of college, well out of all of my, traditional schooling, but I still spend a ton of money on getting better. A couple weeks ago, I actually went to a conference in Phoenix. I flew down there for a high performance academy that Brendan Burchard does. And so that was obviously a big commitment for my family, for my wife to watch the kids while I was down there, for me to spend the money on tickets and lodging and food and all that stuff to learn how to be better with my time, better with my productivity, better husband, a better dad, all those kinds of things. So it's one of those things that will definitely separate you from everybody else and help you reach the top % in any career you do, whether it's the creative arts or something totally different. So never lose that drive to continue studying, to continue learning. It's so important. The books that I ended up with tonight are a little bit random. I would have got a bunch of different ones, but I had some very specific things I want to learn right now. So this one is called How Do I Do That in Lightroom? This is a book by Scott Kelby. And I would recommend, let me see the name on there. If you guys don't know who Scott Kelby is, you need to get his stuff. Anything he's written, any video he's ever produced, definitely check it out. The guy's the man. He's the president of the National Association of Photoshop Professionals, and he actually has a website called Kelby1, KELBYONE.com. And I had a membership there for quite a while. Actually, recently I canceled it just because I'm focusing on some other things. But if you want to learn about photography, especially, he's the man. So anyway, I've been doing a ton of photography lately, both with work and then also with Instagram, trying to figure out what I'm going to do there to kind of ramp up that channel. And I've been using Lightroom a ton. So I'm going to read through this cover to cover. I want to know every little secret and time-saving hack that I can find to get better at Lightroom. So that's going to be something that's going to help advance my career personally. So I got that book. I got this book called Side Hustle by Chris. I don't know how to say his last name. I should know this. I read his book called The $100 Startup too. Really good book. Heard him speak live at an event last October. And so here's the deal. You guys know I have a full-time job right now and I love it. I'm the creative director and I get to do a lot of fun things. And also, obviously, teach these courses, teach you guys, these students, and I love both. I love having both. But technically, this is a side hustle. So I'm excited to learn how to do it better, how to be better all around. But really, there's some tips and tricks in here that I'm looking forward to learning and unpacking. So that's another one I got tonight. And then this one I'm really excited about. So this one's called the Adobe Masterclass Advanced Compositing in Adobe Photoshop CC. So you're like, wait a minute, Derek, you're reading a book on compositing. Didn't you teach a whole section on that in your course? And the answer is yes. And the thing is, though, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, this book is massive, and it was like $50. Yeah, $55. This is like a college textbook, right? So what I'm excited about is there are a ton of new features in Photoshop and a ton of new methods, I guess you could say, for compositing. So for those of you who don't know what compositing is, maybe you're not quite through the course yet, but basically it's when you take, I don't know if you can see this cover very well, but when you take things that don't necessarily belong in the same photo and you mash them up so it looks real. So for example, you know, maybe it's a post-apocalyptic style image or something that looks, man, this is just gonna be terrible. I don't even know why I try to show you these photos, but the point is you're compositing multiple images together to make one cohesive image. So I'm really excited to go through this book and to learn some new tips and tricks, shortcuts, and just all around, you know, updated methods so I can create some awesome things. Here's some I'm gonna try and show you this. I don't know why I try and show you all these things, because I know it doesn't work, but I try anyway. Oh well. The point being, I'm excited. I'm excited to refine my craft, keep getting better, and to pushing that as far as I can. So, is that helpful? I mean, is it cool to see what I'm up to? I don't know. It's what I had for the day. So, just, I think if I had to, I think what I would love to do, what I wanted to do was take the camera and go through all the different sections of the bookstore and kind of show you where these hidden gems are. You might already know, it might not be a big deal, but for me, so these books are in the tech section. They're more of a computer arts thing, so you can find a ton of Photoshop and Illustrator and InDesign and HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all kinds of coding languages, how to build websites in WordPress, and then there's even like SEO and all kinds of topics in that computer tech section. And then there's an arts section, which is really cool if you want to learn how to refine your drawing and things like that. So there's that, and then in the magazines as well. There's a ton, like if you're looking for more current graphic design tips, tricks, tutorials, just trying to keep up with the industry, the magazine section is money. So I'm gonna try and work up the courage to go through and maybe find a better time at the bookstore where I can go through and kind of, you know, break it down as far as where I find all these books and what makes the most sense for that. So I keep waiting for like this head to pop up right next to me. I'm in the parking lot. Somebody else just parked next to me. I'm just kind of waiting. I'm just kind of waiting for it. So anyway, gosh, I gotta get better at this. Like, you know, like the whole like walking around with the camera and talking to yourself thing. Like everybody just kind of looks at you like you're a knucklehead. So, which is true. I mean, they look at me that way anyway. It's not like I care, but yeah, the bookstore, that was a tough one for me to crack today. So that's why we're doing the FaceTime live, whatever this is, in my car. So let me see. I can't really see if there's any comments right now the way I've got this set up. Let's just see if anybody's in here. I've got it hidden so I could. That's not gonna work. All right. Well, I bought some new stuff today too while we were down here. We are in Missoula, hanging out, having fun. Went to the mall, bought some new cables and stuff, and a way to add an extra HD camera to my live stream. So I'll have a switcher and a secondary camera so you can see my workstation as we do these tutorials, and I can switch back and forth between my live stream and my screenshot and video streams and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm looking at upping my production game in general. So hopefully, I ordered some stuff on Amazon too, so hopefully that'll show up on Monday. What is that? Tomorrow's Sunday, so day after, in a couple days. Anyway, we'll get it all set up. We'll take it for a spin. Looking forward to doing all kinds of fun things here to finish out strong for this 30-day Facebook Live challenge. What else is new? What else is shaking? I don't even know. I see we got some people watching right now, so I'm kind of hoping this comments pull up here. But let's just see here. Yo, nope. All right, well, we're gonna leave it alone like that. Thanks for tuning in, for those of you who are watching right now, and definitely be sure to ask those questions, comments down below so I can address them in the next few lives we do. I know one question that we had was what to charge for branding, not even just like, you know, the logo, but the whole package, especially if you do like a visual identity system where you're defining fonts and usage and all different things like that. I can give you some insight as to what we charge. We typically, I used to do logos for really, really cheap. I know online you can find them for like $100. Anymore, we don't touch them for less than about $1,200 to $1,500 is our base price. I won't even look at a logo project unless it's basically $1,500. The reason why is because for one, if I'm going to take the time to do it, I want to make sure that I have the time to do it well, to do it with excellence. But for two is, if you start doing those logos for, you know, $20 here and there, whatever, like, it really dilutes the industry in general. So I'm trying to, you know, keep those prices high, keep things in line with what it's worth, really. Like I said in a couple posts previous, where sure, if you were to look at any logo, a simple one, I think I use the example of Nike, like, yeah, it's just a swoosh, I could make that in, you know, 5 minutes, right? But there's so much more that goes into making a visual identity system, all the research and everything else. So it's really important to put that research, that time in. And so, you know, for me, that's where that base price of about $1,500 is what I charged. You know, now it might even go up from there, and part of that too is just attracting the right clientele that will value that. There we go. In the car, if you're just tuning in and hiding from the world to do this live. So anyway, the lights are turning off automatically. But I hope you guys enjoyed this post. I hope it was helpful as far as seeing what I'm up to, what I'm learning, a little bit about what I charge for branding and visual identity. And, you know, we do take it on a case-by-case scenario. We really try and delve into what each client needs. And back to that rant I went on at my parents' house last weekend, where I was talking about people not valuing your work, and part of that is educating them, but it's also just becoming educated in what they need and figuring out a way to add value. So sure, they might need a logo, but maybe you can add a brochure into that package, or a business card, or, you know, find a few ways to add more value to what you're selling to them. I think, case in point, like, one thing that I hate doing, and I almost never do, is business cards. I don't know why. I think it's because most businesses feel like they're just a cheap add-on, and they can get them from a print shop for like $50, so they never want to spend any money on it. Any one project, I feel like they have a hard time spending money on, oh, just a brochure, or oh, just a business card, or oh, just a logo. So for a whole visual identity or package or branding system, let's say you were going to have something that was you know, all inclusive. You know, you could charge $5,000 or $10,000 to do a bunch of stuff. Maybe it's a web design and a few other things, and that'll keep you busy longer instead of all this, you know, nickel and dime onesie twosie kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm just kind of rambling now, guys, and that's it for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. Don't forget to check out my new YouTube channel. We'll be posting a bunch of new stuff going up live soon, and follow me on Instagram at @DMitchellDesign. Keep up with what I'm up to these days. And that's about it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will catch you tomorrow.